Assalamualaikum and hi, we are from Group 1 and today we would like to present about SYZ Hospital System. Our groups consist of 3 members which are me, Surain binti Zarul Sam, Nur Izan Zulaika binti Zulkifli and Hanani Najla binti Rafiz. So let's take a look at the introduction. This is about XYZ Hospital. It is a multi-specialty hospital and it consists of several departments, rooms, doctors, nurses, compounders and other staff working in the hospital. But this hospital, they are still using manual methods in managing their hospital. So it will become a problem to them and it become a risk to their hospital because of the lack of consistency that can lead to more redundancy of the data and it will eventually lead to many problems that might be happen while using the manual system. So next we will move to the next, which is problem backgrounds. The first problem that can be happen is manual data entry can lead to inaccurate data. This is because we as humans tend to make mistakes easily. One of the mistakes that can be happen while entering the data manually is misspell errors of patient data. It will waste our time as we need to correct it also in a manual way. The next problem is more effort and physical energy needed. This is because staff needs to look one by one for the patient data, plus it will take so much time to find the patient data that had been kept in the cabinet rack. The next problem is data is not secured. This is because there is no restriction applied when they are using a book as it can be seen by anyone. The next problem is it will also cost lots of money. This is because they need lots of papers and ink to record patient's data. It will also take a lot of spaces as the patient data manually keep in the cabinet rack. So for the worst scenario, if there was a natural disaster, the hospital will face a higher cost as they could not protect the info wisely. They need to start all over again and may cost lots of money and can lead to bankrupt. The next problem is poor working atmosphere and bad working environment. This is because workers will feel anxious and stressful as they are trying to do their best to provide high quality services to the customers. And lastly, the problem is data cannot be updated. The data cannot be updated as it is recorded manually, so they need to redone the data rather than just updated it. This will affect the hospital performance and give them bad reputation.
Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Hanani Najla and now I will continue our group presentation with system objective. There are a few objectives that we have in our system, which is the first one is speed and fast processing result, second is positive working environment, third is cost reduction, fourth is error reduction. Next we have data protection and recovery, improve patient treatment, compliance and quality, and lastly we have the conclusion. Okay, first let me tell you guys about the speed and fast processing result. By implementing hospital management systems in the hospitals or clinic, patients can be handled better and accessing to their real-time records as well as other information regarding the patients such as their previous medical information and more can be easier and the result also can be achieved faster. A method of computer-based hospital management makes it easier for the staff to operate and speeds up the whole process for improved outcomes. The hospital management system complies with normal operating protocols, and in any successful hospital management systems, there is no risk of negligence. Besides that, the system will also help in increasing the efficiency and effectiveness of work. An employee may be able to present a report filled with important data that can help the hospital department to make more accurate and effective decisions. In addition to that, if there is no system-based management, an employee can also do efficient and fast work, but not an effective one. Okay, for example, if the hospital does not use the online management system and they use the normal way to key in their patient information and data, it will cost them a very long time and they will make their work slower, and it is so bad for a hospital to do so. Okay, next. Positive working environment. The objective of this system is to create a positive work environment. Happy employees are far more efficient and effective than dissatisfied employees. It can enhance the atmosphere at work, make their work easier and not under pressure. They do not have to take a long time to find the report because they only need just around 2 to 3 seconds to click on what they want to see. Furthermore, this system can be a support structure to lighten their load when the staff start to feel overwhelmed and can let their mental rest throughout the day. Okay, when the hospital use the online management system, the staff will be so much at ease as they does not have to key in the patient details and information manually. That will help them to provide a mental health for themselves. Next, cost reduction. The hospital information system facilitates financial monitoring and management, eliminating leakages and reducing physical work and thus no higher human resources standards. The management system for hospitals helps to reduce human manual work in the hospitals, especially for the people who safely keep track of the records and documents. When the bulk of work is automated, the hospital management system helps minimize cost of human sources, reduce storage costs, and other associated specifications. If the hospital is completely online operational, it is enough for them to keep the hospital paper free. Okay, for example, if the hospital use a paper-based way to key in their patient information and data, it will cost them a lot of money as they need to buy a lot of paper and books to keep their patient information and details. So it will be so much waste of money there. Okay, next. Error reduction. The hospital management system can lead to reducing various forms of errors such as misbilling, uh, breakdown in procedures, clinical errors, cost leakages, missing appointments, and many more. Each phase of the hospital management system is automated, and the program has several operations without human involvement, and precisely it can reduce the number of failure and errors. If they choose to use online data restoration, the work and such as the payment section would be simpler, quicker, precise, and also clear. In addition to that, this system will also ensure that there are no errors or redundancy data occur in the records. Okay, like this. If the hospital use the manual way to key in data and details, they might occur the errors and failures because as a human we cannot run from mistakes. Okay, so when they use online management system, they can reduce the amount of errors and failures because they can check the data easily on the system. Next is data protection and recovery. They are one of the cloud-based software with a hospital management system where it is all interlinked and thus no breaches can occur as high data security is available. It is evidence-based medicine necessarily requires the capacity to heal and data to accomplish this through a hospital management system. They can easily access the organizational, clinical, and financial data of their hospitals if they have a hospital management system in their hospital. Okay, for example, if the hospital use the manual way to key in the data information and suddenly one day there is a problem, which is the paper is missing or the book is missing, it's disappear or there are and somewhere else, so they cannot find the record. So this will cause problems to the hospital. But if they use online management system, they can easily search for the data that they want inside the system. And if there anything problem with the system, they can easily recover the data because everything is in the system. Next, improve patient treatment, improve quality of work and clinical decision making, and staff can also access to data quicker and faster. When the diagnosis report is received, a clinician may order the remedy to be introduced so that it may obtain the result faster. All hospital departments are linked and incorporated into this automation, improving the quality of patient care and the rotation of hospital. Okay, as you can see, when we use the online management system, each department can access to the data of the patient easily because they have the connection between each department. But when we use the paper-based, the data need to be passed physically, so it will take a lot of time. Okay, next. Not just that, it can also improve human resource services. Good and fast service can make many people happy. This is because when we give good treatment to the patient does not have to wait too long and be angry with the staff. The system objective aims to ensure patient satisfaction with the overall cost and quality of the product or service. When our service that we provide to our patient is good, our patient will be happy as they does not have to wait too long for our service to be done. Okay. The objective of patient service is to increase the number and frequency of patients returning to the hospital and reduce any complaints or errors that may occur. The most important thing is to increase the response time of patient inquiries. As I said earlier, when the customer is satisfied and is happy with our service, they will trust us and might eventually come again next time because they are satisfied with our service. Next one is compliance and quality. Each hospital will store birth report, death, its causes, and related accreditation solutions occur each month. It is difficult to set them manually, so they really need an online management system to submit the reports easily and in a timely fashion. Each report is carefully and effectively reviewed and controlled for accurate results in the hospital management system. Everyone prefers an online hospital management system for organized and quick treatment at hospitals, lower costs, lower wait times at admission, improved patient safety and hospital care. When we use online management system, our service will be so much better than when we use paper-based system. This is because the time will be reduced, the quality of our service is gonna be so much better, and we will make our patient and customer happy. And lastly, the conclusion. We can conclude here that a system has many objectives to be achieved. These are some of the objectives of the system that we want to achieve to overcome the problem of manual system that occur in the hospitals. This system will not only make our work easier, but it will also help us to create a new spirit to work and provide the best for our patients. As we know, extraordinary service can provide incredible satisfaction and provide good results.
Okay, my name is Noriza Zueka binti Zulkifli. Let me explain about the flow of our hospital management system. At first process, we can see the login process. This is where the employee, such as nurse, doctor, can insert their login details, such as the username and password, to get inside. Password already stored in the employee data store. The second process is the register and update patient. Employee will register the patient detail inside the patient form and can update the patient detail when they come back to our hospital at another time. So here, when the user or employee do not have the option to update the patient detail without having to insert the same data again. For example, the patient moved from Kuala Berang to Hulu Terengganu, so the employee just need to click on the update button to insert the changes of the patient detail. So and then the patient info and detail will be stored at the data store patient. Okay, next process is the check for available doctor. Outpatient department, we have the
data of doctor, they already stored in the data store doctor. At this point, the employees, nurse or the inside the outpatient department page. The schedule stored in there is already in 1 month, full of 1 month, for example, January. So the doctor can see on what time, what day there will be duty. Next, the appointment process. This process where the doctor can insert the appointment detail into the appointment form, and all the appointment info about what time they already will be stored at the data store appointment. Then the treatment process. Doctor will be give the treatment to the patient and decide whether the patient need to admit to what or only prescribe the medicine. If the patient only need the medicine, so doctor will be prescribe the medicine to the patient and the patient will receive the medicine. And all the information and details about the medicine that available in our hospital system will be stored in the data store medicine. At this data store, there are the expired date, expired date, the type of medicine, and others. But if the patient need to admitted to what, the employee will assign case to the department first. At this process, where the case will assigned to specific department regarding the ailment of the patient. At here, the department will store all the case info detail that already assigned to specific department. At this data store, there consists of employee report, employee that assigned to the patient and patient detail, and so on. This is because why we assign case to specific department. This is because each department have its specialized treatment. So we need to assign the case first to department to find either what the department that we involve and assign to the patient, just as we have about 15 department, which is ICU, pathology, blood bank, outpatient department and others. After that, what type of they want? Either the general ward or the private ward. All the ward info and detail will be stored in that ward number, the cost of each ward. After that, if the patient need the operation, and also in the data store operation, there will be the time and date of the when the operation start and when the end. Then, after the patient receive the medicine, undergoes operation, and get admitted to what, all the detail will be generated bill by our system, and the patient will receive invoice for our management, and all the bill and payment made by the patient will be stored in the bill record. Then, and our system will generate the report such as the bill report, operation info, what info, medicine prescription info, patient info, employees, doctor, case, and employment info. All of these record will be for specific department, such as our upper management. So it will be easier to them to see the report without having to go to the specific go to each department for collect the report. Then the patient will be discharged. Hi, This is our hospital management system interface design. First at all, this is our login page system. If you already a registered account, so the user just need to insert their staff ID and password into this page and click the enter button. So it will bring the user to the main menu page. So you can simply use the application like usually. But if you are a new user and do not yet have any account registered, so you need to click on this new user button. So it will bring you to the employee detail page. So you need to enter your employee ID, name, designation name, which is you are a nurse, doctor, visitor doctor, and your address, also your contact number, username, and password. After you insert the data like this, for example, you insert all data like this and insert your picture, so you click the submit button. So when the submit button, it will bring you to this page like this. So this means your data already registered into our system. So you click on login button to get into our system. So it will bring you to this login page back, and you like user you enter your staff ID and password, then you just need to click the enter button to go the main menu page, and you can use all the application button like usual. As simple as that, you can see how easier for a new user to register a new account. Just need for a few seconds only. So how interesting our system.
Button. Okay, first I will show you about the patient button. We click on the patient button first. Okay, and it will bring us to this form. After we key in our patient info, we can either click on this button, which is clear button, or we can also click on this submit button. If we click on this clear button, it will show us the empty form. But if we click on the submit button, it will show us this save register patient form, all of the data that have been saved. And then if we want to update the patient information, we just click on this update button and we can update our patient info. After that, we click on the submit button to submit the updated information. After we click on the submit, it will show us the updated info of our patient. And then if we want to take a look at another patient information, we just click on this next button. It will show us another patient information. And click on back to see on the previous info. And then if we want to add a new one, we can just click on this add button. And we can enter the new patient information. Okay, now we go back to the menu button. Now I will show you about the employee button. Okay, click on this employee button and it will show us this empty form. Okay, you may ask what is the function of this question mark over here. Okay, let's click this first. It will bring us to the designation record, which will show the user what actually that they need to key in the system, whether they key in doctor, visitor doctor, nurse, or chief. Okay, and then if we click on edit, we can edit this designation name and enter whatever that we want and click on save. But if you want to delete it, just click on delete and it will delete the data that we already saved or any data that we want to delete. And then we can click on back button to go back to the form and key in our employee details, and we can either click on the clear button or the submit button. If we click on the clear button, it will bring us to the empty form of the employee details. But if we click on the submit button like this, it will bring us to the save employee details page. And then if we want to add a new employee details, we can just click on this button, which is add button, and enter new one and press the submit button to submit the employee details. Okay, but if we want to update the employee details, we just click on this update details button, and we can update the data that we want and just click on submit. And not to forget, if you want to take a look at the report, we can click on this icon right here, and it will bring us to the page where all of the employee details have been saved, or in other words, is employee report. Okay, now we will click on the main menu button to go back to the main menu.
So now I will show you about appointment button and treatment button. So first I will go to the appointment button. So when we press the appointment button, it will lead us to this empty appointment form. So if we key in the data and we just press the clear button, it will clear. If we key in the data again and we press the save button, the data that we have typed, you can see that the data have been saved. If we press the next button, it will show the other data that we have saved before. So we will go back, and if you want to add new data, we just need to press the new button here. So it will lead to this form again. So let's move to the main menu button. Okay, next I will explain about the treatment button. Okay, first we just need to press the treatment button, and then it will lead to this empty form of treatment. So after we key in the data and we want to save it, so just press the save button here. When we save it, so the data that we have keyed in is already saved. So if we press the next button, there is another data that we have keyed in before. So let's go back. So there is two buttons here, which are ward button and medicine button. If we press the ward button here, it will lead to the ward room form. This is the empty form of ward room. I will explain first about the ward record. Press the ward record. This is the ward record. There are two types of ward, which are general and private. But as you can see, all of the courses are different. This is because all of them have different facilities and specialty. As you can see, even though ward number 1 and ward number 2 are both of them are general type, the price are different. This is because they have different facilities and specialty. So let's go back. So this is the ward room form. If we key in the data and we want to cancel it, just press cancel and it will clear. And if we key in the data again and then we want to save it, just press the save button. Okay, then if we save, it will automatically save the data, and this is the data that we have keyed in before. If we press the next button, this is the another data that we have keyed in before. So if I go back, and then if I want to add new data, I just need to press this add button. So if I press this button, it will go back to this form again if you want to key in the data. So I will go back, and next you can see the medicine button. I will click the medicine button. So this medicine button will lead to the prescription medicine. I will explain first about the prescription medicine. This is the medicine record in the hospital. If you want to add new medicine, just press add here, and then it will lead to this medicine form. If we key in the data of the medicine and then we want to cancel it, just press cancel. And if we key in the data again and we press save, the data will be saved in the medicine record. And then we will go back. So in this form, I will key in the data. After I key in the data, I want to clear it, just press clear button. And then if I key in the data again and I want to save it, just press save button. And then the data that we have keyed in are already saved here. So if I press the next button, it will lead to another data that we have been saved before. So let's go back. And if you want to add new data of prescription medicine, we just need to press this new button. If I press this, then it will lead to this form again. So let's go back to menu. So that's it from me. Thank you.
Alright, I will explain further about the department, application, operation, and the report application button. First at all, if the employee want to assign a case to specific department, so the employee just need to click on the department button. So it will bring to the employee or user to the department case application. So if they want to insert or assign new case to specific department, they just need to click on the new case button. But if they just want to review the report, then they click on the report button. Then I will show you first about the when you want to assign new case to specific department. For example, you click on this, and it will bring you to department case form. So you enter the data and click the specific department yang that you want to in charge and assign it. For example, you insert the data and you might be have any error or mistake by key in the data, then you can click on the cancel. Then you key in back the data with the correct one, and then you can save the data. This means your data already registered and stored in our record. If you want to review or see the next record, the other record or the previous record, you can click on the next button. Okay, then you want to go to the previous data, you can click on the previous button like this. Okay, example, if you want to add new case, you can click on the add button like this. Then it will bring back you to the department case form. Then you can insert the data like usual that you do a little while ago. Then I will bring you back to the department case option. I will show you about the report option. When you click on the report option, you guys to the department page. This page will show you about all the department that we have inside our hospital, like blood bank, operation theatre, pathology, cancer department, ICU, cardiology, outpatient, and many more. We have about 15 departments inside our system. So, I will show you some example. For example, I want to show you about the outpatient department. You click on this, and there are two options: check availability and the appointment report. When you click on the check availability, this will show and bring you to the doctor's schedule. Usually, a hospital we do doctor schedule for about 1 month, and before the end of month, they will bring out the new schedule for the February, March and the next month. As you can see here, it will be easier for the nurse such as they want to find the doctor duty on that specific time, and the doctor also can know when there must be work at that time, at what date. So it is easier for both nurse and doctor or others employee to see those person that responsible for that day or that time. Then we go back to the outpatient department option page. Then I will show you about the appointment. This page will show you about the appointment report that you can see the appointment they assigned to that doctor. So for example, this will show you the appointment ID, patient ID and also the patient name, and the doctor that assigned to the patient, also the doctor ID, and also the doctor ID, also the appointment date and time that the appointment was recorded into the outpatient department system. Then we get back to the department page at the operation and department page. Then other examples such as operator theatre. Click on this. This will bring us to operation theatre case record when we can see the employee ID, which is doctor or surgeon, that were assigned to the patient, and the patient ID that undergoes the operation, and also the patient appointment ID of the patient. Also the operation type that undergoes by the patient, and the what room that patient was be there. Then we go back to the department page, and if you want to assign your case to for each department, then you can simply click on the add case button. Then it will bring you back to department's case form, so you can insert the data like usual as what you do a little while ago, and then save like usual. Then we go back to the menu button. Okay, I will explain other application about operation one. Okay, this will bring you guys to the operation form. The operation form for the patient that need to undergo an operation. So you click on D and insert their data. For example, the data is mistake or any error, you can simply clear that button and insert the new right data and save like usual. This means the data patient already registered and saved into our record hospital. Then, if you want to preview or review the other record, you can simply click on at the next button. Then, you also can see the previous record by click at the previous button. Okay. Then if you want to add any operation data of other patient that need to undergo operation also, then you can click on the add button. So it will bring you back to the operation form, and then you can key in the new patient data that needed to undergo operation. Oh, before I forget, our hospital have the data store of operation. So you can, for the new user that's not familiar to our system, we have provided you guys with the link to the operation type to our record that saved in our system. So you click operation type. So you can see the operation type record that saved in our system. For example, normal, hysterectomy, and the operation costs provided. If they want to add other operation type, then you can click on the add button, and you can enter the new operation type, also cost, and save the record. Then it will save at here like usual. So it will be easier to the new user to review and to know about the operation cost and type. Then we go back. Then it will bring us to the operation form. Then you can enter the patient that need to undergo operation like usual. Then we go back to the menu button.
And now I will show you about the bill button. For bill, we just click on the bill button. And we can enter all the bill details like this. And we can click either clear button or save button. If we click on clear button, it will bring us to an empty bill form like this. But if we click on save, it will bring us to the saved bill data that we have entered earlier. And then we can click on next button to take a look at another bill details that have been saved, or we can click on the previous button like this to take a look at the previous bill details. And we can also add a new bill details like this. And then after we enter, we click on save to save the bill details. After that, if you want to take a look at the invoice, we can just click on the invoice button and it will bring us to the medical invoice, which contain the patient information, which is the patient name, patient telephone number, patient address, patient ID, bill ID, treatment ID, and bill date. Also the medical equipment or supply. Okay, let's click on the main menu. And that's it. Thank you.
And lastly, I will tell you guys about the report application. This application will show you about all the direct to the we direct you to the specific record that so that you do not need to click on the application like employee appointment to know for each report, and we will find you that will be some burden. So you can click on the report button. As you can see here, there are patient, employee, medicine, appointment, operation, bill, and what report. And for example, we want to see the appointment report. We click on this. And here you can see the appointment ID, patient name, and also the doctor that was assigned to the patient, appointment date, and the appointment time. So you can see all the data of report in one page so here you can see all the report of our application inside one page, so it will be easy for you to find the report. Then we go back to the menu button. Alright, that's all from us. I hope you guys will feel attractive and feel our system the interesting and easier for you guys to apply in your hospital management. Then you can get out into the log out from the system by clicking on this button. It will bring you guys to the login page back. That's all from us. Thank you for watching. Bye.